Hello everyone, today I'm gonna talk about a relative new crypto built for the gaming industry. If you haven't heard about it, it is Neoxa. Neoxa is its own proof of work network and brings together the cryptocurrency and the gaming worlds. You can buy it, mine it, or play it. In other words, gamers get paid in Neoxa and they can buy assets with it or the next game. According to the roadmap, master nodes are to be released soon, so let me show you how to get in as many Neox as you can. Let's get in early, let's get into it. Alright, if you haven't heard about Neoxa, head over to neoxa.net. You can read everything about Neoxa network. It is a proof of work cryptocurrency, so they have their own cryptocurrency that brings together cryptocurrency and gaming world. So it was built for the gaming industry. If you are a gamer, you can get paid in Neoxa in a certain number of games, and they plan to release more games in the future. But right now, you can see proof of game is about 10% of the reward ratio. Proof of work is still 85%. So if you have a GPU, you can mine Neoxa and get rewarded. Right, let's take a look at their site. Neoxa is the first blockchain that rewards gamers with its own unique proof of game mechanism. In terms of consensus, they still use proof of work. There are multiple ways to gather Neoxa, one being proof of game, the other one being master nodes. So they're gonna be releasing master nodes, and they're currently in their roadmap. So we'll go over that. Tokenomics. Neoxa has a 21 billion maximum supply with a halving happening every 4 years, and the network produces a block every 60 seconds. Every minute you get a new Neoxa block. Right now, proof of work, if you mine Neoxa, you get 85% of the block, proof of game 10%, and the other 5% goes to the devs. If in the future they're planning to do 45%, here it is, Tokenomics, 45% of the block share will go to proof of work, and then will be reduced to 45 proof of game, and then 5 to the devs. So that's the Tokenomics. They're also planning to have an asset exchange, want to have their own asset exchange, which will be amazing if they reach that key milestone. And blockchain, unlike play to earn tokens, Neoxa has its own blockchain with an advanced proof of game mechanism. So they developed their own blockchain, which is really amazing what they're doing. All right, let's take a look at the roadmap for Neoxa. Q2 last year, 2022, they launched site wallets. They have their own wallet, and they released Rust proof of game. That's the first game they released Neoxa on. In Q3, they added Neoxa to multiple exchanges. Right now, let's take a look at what exchanges can trade Neoxa. Let's take a look at, this is coinmarket.com, and Neoxa is the symbol there. NEOX is the symbol, Neoxa is the network. Let's take a look. It's being traded on TXBit, TradeAuger, and XT.com, and you can see TXBit is the one with the highest volume. So that's probably 150,000 per day. Well, let's go back here. Q4 last year added Neoxa to a major exchange, and they implement GTA proof of game server. Q4 was when they were supposed to develop their own marketplace, and it got delayed, it's postponed, but still on the roadmap. And you can see I found this Neoxa update. They've been providing updates every month, and this is as of December 31st last year. They say the exchange, we know the community would love to have the exchange currently on a list of innovative projects to be listed, and it takes time. However, we have progressed further into the cryptocurrency industry, and that we have believe the realistic time frame will be 1 to 3 months. So they're gonna extend, but they're still gonna do it. They also provided a proof of game explanation how it actually works. You can read that. In terms of gaming servers, they found that some players were doing like repetitive tasks. So moving forward, players will be penalizing for carrying out the same times within the game server over and over, right? People are trying to take advantage of the system. In terms of developing, the Neoxa marketplace will be slightly delayed. because they're gonna focus all their efforts in masternode. This is, I think, is really good. They're gonna keep developing the cryptocurrency, the network itself, and they're gonna the blockchain, and they're gonna prioritize masternode. They have hired developers, and we're gonna wait for the new update and see how well they did. All right, so we are here right now, Q1, waiting to activate masternodes. You can read more about the future. They're gonna try to create software development kits for developers, and Neoxa Asset Exchange. They have their own exchange. So amazing roadmap. Hope they really hit it. I think it's the right time to be Neoxa right now. Let's go over to the actual chart here. You can see this is back in July last year when they started tracking here CoinMarket. It hit an all-time high in September last year of 1.7 cent. So that was the all-time high, and then it went down. Now let's see where it's been the last 3 months. All right, so now it's been like in a consolidation mode. I think the worst of the market's over. Well, nobody knows. We'll see what this year brings. And it's about what is it? 0.1 cent. So 0.0010. So we'll see if we can get back to 1 cent or 2 cents. But certainly great future. And this makes easy for us to get into nodes and to accumulate Neoxa before they release the master nodes. And here you can see in the common questions, how much does it cost to run a Neoxa masternode? The cost will be 550,000 NEOX. So that's the cost. Where can I buy it? XT now and TXBit. So trade overs not there apparently. These are the games planned proof of game. Neoxa has Rust and Minecraft proof of game servers. Neoxa will add GTA proof of game server. Is Neoxa a token? No, it's not a token. It's its own blockchain. That's important. When will be Neoxa listed? Neoxa no longer focus on new exchange. So they're gonna be, like we said, they're gonna be working on the actual blockchain. And here's the ratio of distribution in the future. It will be allocated 45% proof of work, 45% master nodes, and 5% proof of game, and 5% developer fund. All right, if you're convinced you want to invest in Neoxa and be early in the game, go ahead and start with the wallet. We need to have the wallet where we're gonna keep our Neoxa, right? So go ahead, go to neoxa.net and download wallet here. And that's the latest release last year, June 7, v1.0.3. So here you have the Linux, and here you have the Windows. So go ahead and download that file. All right, go ahead and open the file once you download, and you're gonna install the Neoxa-qt executable file, .exe. So once you install, you don't have to sign up, and you're gonna have to go through the whole phrase seed and remember the phrases and the words, because that's important if you want to retrieve the wallet in the future. Keep notes of the words. Don't keep it online. You know, it's good practice to keep it offline in a secure place. Take note of the words. So go ahead and install the wallet, and once you install and sign up on the wallet, this is a desktop wallet. It's going to look like this. You're going to have to let it run and synchronize the blockchain until it's 100%. Here's where you're going to store all your NEOX. You see, I've been mining NEOX and I've been purchasing some NEOX. So this is the secure place where you're going to keep all your NEOX. All right, let's try to buy some NEOX. Gonna head over to coinmarket.com, currencies, Neoxa, and then here at the bottom are the markets. I'm gonna hit TXBit, which is there, and that's the official market site. So https://txbit.io. I'm gonna hit there. All right, and we are in. Now we need to sign up. If you haven't signed up, you need to go ahead and sign up. I'm gonna log in into my account. Okay, I'm in my TX Speed account. You have to sign in using a two-factor authentication, so you're gonna get a text message with a code, and you go ahead and type the code and you're in. I'm gonna head over to trade here, token, and this is a USDT token, so I'm gonna select USDT and see, I can see here Neoxa. Click on Neoxa, and that's the actual chart and live trading. It's a 6-hour chart. It's 1 day. As you can see, pretty stable during the last month. Since the end of the year, it's been pretty stable. And we're gonna buy Neoxa here. In order to buy Neoxa, we need to deposit USDT. So you're gonna go to your wallet here, and then you're gonna find USDT. You can type it here. It's faster. USDT. There we are. I'm gonna hit deposit. Send only Tether USDT to this address using the BEP20, so the Binance Smart Chain BSC network. Only that network. That's very important. If you don't use BSC BEP20, that is not gonna work. So we're gonna send USDT through the BSC network. I understand. Click on close. So you're gonna copy your address and you're gonna send USDT to this address. You can copy the address there, copy to the clipboard, and then you need to send from an exchange or from your wallet to that address. All right, I'm gonna head over to KuCoin and I'm gonna try to withdraw USDT. But then I went to the withdrawal crypto option here, and you can see on the networks, the drop down, looking for BSC BEP20, and you see here, I found it, BSC unavailable, BNB Smart Chain, that's the one that we're looking for. It is unavailable on the KuCoin site, so not sure why, but I can use KuCoin, so I'm gonna use another one. Okay, so I'm gonna use Binance. I have some available balance, USDT balance there, so I'm gonna use that. You can see here Tether. Go ahead and click there. Yep, that's the balance. I'm gonna withdraw balance. The network we're gonna select here, BEP20 BSC. Make sure you select that one. I'm gonna select max, so I'm gonna withdraw everything. And then I need to input the recipient's address, which is here. We copy that again. Then we go to Binance. I'm gonna paste it here. Control V. There it is. Preview withdrawal. Yeah, that's what we want. And then we're gonna confirm and send it. All right, I'm back here at TX Speed, and I can see the amount that I just sent from Binance into this exchange, USDT, and you can see the amount, and it's the confirmations that keep coming. So see, more confirmations. So you need up to 30 confirmations. We are up to 26 right now, so pretty soon it's going to be confirmed. All right, 30 confirmations are in, so balance is confirmed. I have my Tether there, USDT 153.28. So now I'm gonna go to trade. I'm gonna be looking for USDT base markets and then Neoxa there. Awesome. And here we have the latest price of Neoxa. This is a 6-hour chart. All right, and then what we need to do is we gotta put a limit order. So what you wanna do is look at your balance. I have 153 with 31 cents. So I'm gonna use my calculator here. I'm gonna input 153, and then the price of Neoxa here is, or NEOX, 0.001031. So I'm gonna do that. Divided 0.0010, let's say 32, just to make it even. I want to use this decimal, so let's see. I can get about 148,255 NEOX with $153. So what you want to do is you want to look kind of the order book and see who is offering that high of an amount, right? So you can see here they're offering 747,000 NEOX. So I know I can get it at that price, but they're asking for 00100854. So that's why you're gonna have to play with the limit order. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask to buy my Neoxa in the price of 0.0010, let's say 86. They're asking for 8549. I'll say 86. And then I want to do all the available balance there, so I can say 100%. So I'm gonna get about 140,863 by that price. It makes the calculation easy for you there. Buy now, buy NEOX. Right, there it is. Your order to buy, has been queued for processing. Your order to buy has been filled. All right, so we're done. We actually jumped the price a little bit there. That's how sensible it is with these smaller amounts, right? Okay, and I went back to my wallet here, and I can see now I have some 30 cents left on Tether USDT, and NEOX I have 140,863 NEOX. So what we need to do now is we need to withdraw this and put it on our NEOX wallet. All right, go back to NEOX wallet, open that application, and here you can see receive, hit receive, and then I'm gonna say request payment, and there it is. There's a QR code. I can copy this address. I'm gonna say copy address. All right, and I'm gonna go back to TXBit and say withdrawal. The amount, I'll say all the NEOX, Control V, that's the address, and I'm gonna use the Neoxa network. So it's gonna go directly into my Neoxa wallet. All right, and I just sent all the Neoxa to the desktop wallet. You should get an email from TXBit, and you need to confirm that email. It's important that you do that. If you don't confirm the email, you will not get the Neoxa out of this exchange into your wallet. Okay, I'm back at my Neoxa desktop wallet, and I see the transactions. The last transaction, I see the 140,000 NEOX that I just transferred from TXBit. So we're good here. All right, let's go over the second way of getting NEOX, which is through mining. This is GPU mining. NEOX can be mined. It is ASIC resistant, the algorithm that uses it, which is Kapao. So let's go over minerstat.com, and let's see how profitable this mining NEOX is, depending on the GPU you're gonna be using. So that's a very important step first. So head over to minerstat.com here. Then you're gonna go to coins, and we're gonna search for NEOX. There it is, NEOX Kapao. Yep, that's the algorithm it uses. You can see. Perfect. This is what we're looking for. Now, here's the mining calculator. You need to enter the power consumption and the hash rate, but we don't know yet because we gotta see what we're gonna use to mine, right? So in my case, I have different GPUs. I have several rigs on this specific computer that I have right now. I have 3060 Ti. So head over to profitability here. Okay, and here you have a list of hardware, and you can sort it by estimated profit, cost, estimated daily, efficiency, power, and hash rate. So go ahead and find your GPU. I have several 6600 XT AMD, and I have in this particular computer I have a 3060 Ti LHR, so the low hash rate. So I can see if I start mining with my 6600s XT, I'm gonna make 19 cents per day, but the cost of kilowatt I'm gonna be losing 18 cents. So the end result is I'm gonna be making 1 cent per day, just 1 cent per day. Now you can adjust your electricity cost. You gotta make sure you know your electricity cost per kilowatt. So go ahead, this is 10 cents. This is the standard. or by the default value, but you can say 11. You can see the values change here. So let's go ahead and say 10 for now. And for this particular computer, I'm gonna be using my 3060 Ti, which is gonna make me lose 3 cents per day. So I'm gonna be making 33 cents per day. I'm gonna be losing in energy cost 36. So it is not profitable. It's not, I shouldn't be mining this coin if I'm gonna be losing money. It's better to use step number 1 of first method, which is just go ahead and buy it, the way I show you on the video. Alright, second step for mining NEOX is to find a pool or join a pool, so we can share with all the miners. We can share the blocks rewards instead of mining solo, which means we just mine until we hit a block, but it could take a long time. So head over to mining pool stats.stream, mining pool stats.stream, and here we're gonna search for the coin NEOX. Yes, Neoxa network, NEOX. Hit enter, and here you'll see all the pools that you can join based on hash rate. So you can see 2 miners is at the top, minerpool.pro, hero miners, and so on. So I'm gonna pick one here in the US. I'm gonna Flax, and I can support Flax, and I like Flax too. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick Flax.net. So I know it's a low hash rate, but for the sake of decentralizing the network, it's always good just to pick one that is not chosen by everyone, right? By the majority. So I'm gonna go ahead with Flax. And now we see the pool is neoxa.flaxpools.net, but you can choose whatever you want. Alright, the majority of the pools have specific instructions on how to set up your miner, the specific GPU parameters and everything. So go ahead and, in this case, I'm gonna hit get started. Alright, I can see Stratums here, config generator. All the algorithms need a config file to tell exactly how to mine and the parameters. So we're gonna just fill this out. Stratum US port 8001. You can see here the ports, the recommended ports, and it tells you why normal rigs should use 8001, hash rentals 8002. So I'm gonna go with the default 8001. Neoxa address. So we gotta go to our desktop wallet and copy the Neoxa wallet. Okay, here at the Neoxa wallet, I'm gonna hit receive, and then the label is gonna be mining, and then I'm gonna say request payment. And there it is. I have my address here. The URI. I'm gonna copy the address and close. All right. Right, and I'm back at the Flax Labs pool config generator. So I'm gonna hit address, Control V. There's the address, rig name. You can put any name. I'm gonna say 3060 Ti. All right, password in case you wanna change certain parameters or configurations on this rig. You can enter a password. I'm gonna just say, for the sake of this video, 1 2 3 4 5. All right. The software, there are kind of 2 softwares depending on the platform you use. It's either T-Rex or Gminer, but and then the platform is either Windows or Linux, like HiveOS will be Linux. I'm gonna use Windows because it's a Windows machine. Let's go ahead and use for Windows. I'm gonna use T-Rex. Let's go ahead, and also depends on what GPU. Some GPUs are better for AMD, GPUs are better for Gminer, and some NVIDIA GPUs are better for T-Rex. So I'm gonna go with my NVIDIA GPU, so I'm gonna prefer to do T-Rex, Windows, and that's the config. I'm gonna copy this, copy. The config has been copied to the clipboard. Go ahead and open Notepad on the search, Windows search here, Notepad, and Control V, paste that. So you'll have all that information handy there at the notepad. All right, and the third step is to get the actual mining algorithm. And for that, we're gonna use T-Rex per the configuration file and the one that we chose. So go ahead and go to github.com/t-rex-miner/t-rex/releases. And you'll find the latest T-Rex, which is, I'll copy this in the description below. You find a T-Rex 0.26.8, which is the latest as of October 14, 2022. Gonna go ahead and download that file for Windows here. That's Linux. Go ahead and download the file. All right, and once you download the file, go ahead and unzip it. And then you'll see this in your downloads, you'll see the folder T-Rex 0.26.8 Windows. And then you see all these files. These are all the configuration files in a BAT format, .bat, so batch files. So pick one that is that use the Kappa algorithm, like Ravencoin here. Ravencoin is another coin that uses the same algorithm, so I'm gonna go ahead and choose any of these. Let's say Rayminer.bat. All right, right click, edit, and that's the batch file. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the first parameter here and then the pause, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace the middle, which I already have in my notepad. So go ahead and open the notepad. This is the one. I'm gonna copy all this. Gonna go to the Ravencoin one, replace the middle section, which is the actual command of. So this is pretty similar, but with our address. You don't want to mine to another one's address. All right, so I got everything, and I'm gonna say file, save as, and I'm gonna give another name. So this is Neox, and then through Flux pool. All right, and this is a old file, so I'm gonna leave it as .bat. It has to be .bat, otherwise it won't be kick off. Go ahead and say that. Okay, that's the batch file, Neox -fluxpool.bat. Double click, and we're gonna start mining. All right, the NVIDIA driver has been detected. That's my latest driver. You can update to your latest. That's the GPU I have with 8 gigs, so more than enough. You can see the DAC file here. The amount of memory it requires is 1.37, so pretty low. You can actually mine with a. That means that you can actually mine with a 2 GB card. And start. There it is. That's my hash rate right now, 24.79 mega hash per second. So now, how do you check that your progress and when you're gonna get paid? You need to go back to the mining pool. Or I'm here at the mining pool, neoxa.fluxpools.net. And then here in the dashboard, you gotta enter your miner address. So we're gonna go back to the desktop and enter the actual miner address. Okay, here's the Neoxa wallet, desktop wallet, and that's the mining label we assigned to this address. So double click, copy address, close, go back to the pool. Let's go back to the pool here. Control V, let's paste this address there. All right, it found it. There it is. That's my hash rate right now. So you can see it's starting to mine. Here you're gonna see your estimated reward. You're gonna take some time, and then you're gonna see the minimum payout here. I'm gonna get paid 50 Neoxa. As soon as I get 50 Neoxa, I'm gonna get paid to my wallet, and you can increase this. But it seems like 50 the minimum. Let's see. Yeah, 50 the minimum. All right, and you can see we're mining. The average here, see when the cutoff happens here, is 24.87 mega hash. The temperature is a little high, 84 Celsius. Power is 199 watts, so it's not efficient right now. Fan is at 91%, and the efficiency is 126 kilo hash per watt. So let's go ahead and tweak what's called the overclock settings. So for that, we're gonna use a program called here MSI Afterburner. Go ahead and open MSI Afterburner. If you don't have it, download MSI Afterburner, and let's go ahead and open that. Fine with the temperature. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna limit the power. Right now it's 100%, so I'm gonna make a drastic here 75. All right, and you're gonna see it should drop the amount of wattage here, and it should drop the temperature as well. All right, so it's already dropping from 84 to 81. Then we gotta find the proper OC settings or overclock settings for this particular GPU. All right, head over to miningchamber.com, and we're gonna find our GPU, and then the proper OC settings is gonna make us mine more efficiently. So let's go ahead and find mining GPUs. Mine is an NVIDIA. All right, let's see. 36 Ti LHR. This is mine GPU running this computer. So we gotta find now the algorithm. Kapow, here it is. So the base settings, 27 mega hash per second with 130 watts. The efficient way would be with less watts, but 28.2 mega hash. And these are the settings that you need to set. And then performance mode will be 30.9, that's the highest number of or amount of mega hash per second with 200 watts. So you gotta pick what makes sense for you, what you wanna do. You wanna do the base, you want to be efficient, less watts but more wattage, or just the full, the full capacity of the GPU with 30.9 in this case. All right, and I just tweaked the power limit to 65%, and I'm already seeing the temperature drop to 70, which is better. I'm only using 129 watts now, so I increased the efficiency to 166 kilo hash per watt. That's better. Hash rate still low, 21.26, but I'm recording this video, so you're gonna keep playing with the settings, the core clock, and the memory. That will be next, and you gotta choose what you wanna do based on your GPU and the mode, base, efficient, or performance. And here you have the core clock and the memory clock settings that you need to use. Okay, and that's how you mine Neoxa through Windows using a GPU. Let me know in the comment sections if you want know how to do it using Linux or HiveOS, and I'll be happy to do a video about that. Now let's go over the third way of getting NEOX, which is actually the proof of game. Let's go back to neoxa.net, and you can see here proof of game. Proof of game, and here you have the Grand Theft Auto 5, Rust, and Minecraft. So I'm not gonna go over the details on how to set this up. They already have in the website. You can click here. I think this Jump Change. Yeah, they have this video about he explains and he goes over how to get Neoxa or NEOX by playing GTA 5. So this is how to do it using Rust. So there you are. You have the third way of getting NEOX, and this is the proof of game that we explained early on the video. Okay, and that's pretty much it. You have the three ways of getting NEOX and start accumulating NEOX. That's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna keep accumulating NEOX. I think this project has a great future. I love the technology between a decentralized network, its own proof of work and game, so it's something new, plus the whole gaming industry that I think is going to take off as soon as we have the master nodes in place. So I'm going to keep accumulating. Every master node is going to need 550,000 according to the latest update. I'll keep you guys updated. Let me know in the comment sections if you have any questions, running into trouble. We'll try to help you. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.